Hello and welcome to Meanwhile back on the hobby farm. Hey, as you can see, we've got Minnie over here. Today's video is, hopefully, it'll help at least one person out, but most importantly, it's going to help one dog out. As you well know, my saying is, the more people I meet, the more I love my animals. Isn't that true, huh, girl? Yes, it is. Okay. This past week, two of our dogs escaped. They breached underneath our hot wire electric fence. They have a very large area that they run in. We have 7 dogs. And because of the snow and the depth of it and what have you, the fence wasn't working properly. It was grounding out. So Minnie over here and her dad, who is a 90-pound, maybe he's more like 85-pound, yellow lab, short hair, and we're in the middle of a extreme cold spell. She probably would have survived overnight outside if we didn't get her back right away. Being a husky, however, if you look at her fur, she's not fully thick and matted like most huskies because our dogs have a doggy door. They can come in and out 24/7. Although I will say, she loves laying out in the middle of the night. I'll wake up. She will be out on a little tabletop out on the back deck on snow. Snow's coming down, loves it. However, she spends a lot of her times in the house, so she doesn't have that extra thick coating that huskies have. However, if she would have stuck around with her dad, they probably would have cuddled together because we have a doggy couch upstairs to keep each other warm. But anyway, the reason why I'm sharing this with you, and this fire is hot right now. It is brutal. I am going to close the doors. Because it is hot. Okay, so you want to look at the camera, girl? Look at the camera over there. Say hi. Hey, say I'm the troublemaker. So first thing you do, when you notice a dog is missing, you have to have a little bit of pre-planning ahead of time. Always have photos of your dogs on your phone. It's a must. Always have it. And what you need to do, we take a lot of photos and whatever. It took Mama Joanne, my wife, and your mama, a couple minutes to get some photos that we had on our phones. First thing you do after that, you go on your local Facebook group pages, your community pages, and you post a be on the lookout for, and I had a picture of her and her dad, explaining to them where they were last seen, which is in front of our home on our cameras, the time. And what you do is you post that immediately saying, please contact us if you spot these dogs. Second thing you do is, and I did this, I do it quite often, and it worked once. I open up my stove and I throw in a pound of bacon inside of it. The aroma is just amazing. If the dogs haven't strayed too far right away, they'll smell it and come back. Especially you, huh, girl? Yes. But anyway, that works out too because they can smell over 100 times more. Their sensitivity on smell is 100 times more than the humans. That didn't work, did it? No, you were too far. So anyway, after you post it on there, you get in your vehicle, you start going in the direction you believe. Fortunately for us, last weekend it snowed out, so I was able to follow the tracks. Snowplow driver came by 6 o'clock in the morning. Stopped him, said, hey, listen, can you do me a favor? Can you keep an eye on these 2 dogs? Showed him a picture on my phone, gave him a business card. If you don't have a business card, write it on a sticky note. They need to get a hold of you. Because if they may not have the time, the opportunity to come back to your house and let you know they saw your dog, give them your telephone number. Obviously, they're not on social media. They're plowing the roads. Next thing is, I saw somebody shoveling their driveway, 6 o'clock in the morning. Pulled in there, showed them a picture on the phone. First thing I said was, are you on social media? Yes, I am. Great. Are you on the Watson Township Facebook group? Yes, I am. Great. Can you keep an eye? And if you spot it. Well, lo and behold, I follow my dog's tracks going west, and they're very sociable dogs. Were going in and out of everybody's driveway. They're people orientated. They were looking for a treat. We have some friends that are about 3 3/4 miles on our road at the other end, saw the post and stated that they just saw my dogs like a minute earlier. I immediately grabbed into my vehicle and we're going to backtrack. We have two local, warm-hearted, big-hearted volunteers that help out. One, she has live traps. She's got traps big enough to get a cow. I didn't ask for her services because our dogs don't need to be live trapped. But if yours does because it's skittish of people, you do not want to bother with the live trap. They're not going to go in there. They're going to go to people's houses. Live traps are good for dogs that are timid of people. And the other one is a drone guy. Actually, he's got a business, but he does a lot of volunteer work too. And I contacted him, and he met me where our neighbor, 3 3/4 of a mile up the road, and we consider them friends, met me there. He set up his drone. By the time I got there, a couple minutes later, the dogs were no longer to be found. That's quite a distance, almost 4 miles. So he set up his drone. While he was looking to his drone, I said, I'm going to go up the street and see if I can find them, see if they've continued their journey. And sure enough, at the 4 mile mark, our friend over here and her dad were running through a guy's yard. He was pulling out of his driveway. They were running to him. They wanted it. They're people dogs. Not always the case. So I was able to go back to the drone guy, and he said, yeah, he said, they were out of my perimeter. He says, I was going to relocate. But most importantly, going back to what you would do is social media. Stop everybody that you see when you're looking for your dog. People leaving their driveway, shoveling, mowing the lawn, building a snowman, mailman, tow truck drivers. What else we got there? Cable insulation guys, plow drivers. Show them a picture and let them know that you're looking for your dog. More eyes makes it a lot easier. Another thing that's very important to do is be involved in your community. When you see on your local community Facebook pages somebody's missing a dog, spend half an hour. Go out and help them look for it. Because I'm going to tell you, in my case last week, our dog's very seldom. They've only gotten loose maybe 3 times in 10 years. The most important thing that you need to do is get involved in your community, help people. Because when I was out there at 6 o'clock in the morning looking for my dogs, I had what I consider friends, neighbors, people that lived in the area out there looking with me, all taking different routes looking. Very important. What goes around comes around. Will they all go out, everybody that you've helped? Absolutely not. I've helped people look for lost dogs before, found their dogs, and not even get a thank you. But you know what? I'm okay with that because you know what? I'm an animal lover. We have a rescue farm. We have all our rescue animals. I rescued the dog. I'm not doing it for the people. I'm doing it for the dog. These, dogs will not survive in this cold weather. You are such a troublemaker. But very important to do that, folks. Microchip your dogs, very important. If we wouldn't have found them and somebody did, and most animal control, dog catchers, animal control, they will scan right there and then, and they'll be able to tell you who owns the dog. Our local rescue lady who does live trapping, she's got a scanner. She'll scan a dog, call them and say, hey, I have your dog. Very important. You can have a name tag on them, which yours fell off, with the telephone number. That's great if you get a friendly dog that will come up to people. The majority of the dogs will not go up to other people. So they're not going to be able to read a tag on there. They're going to go back to that social media. You can use a poster and staple it to a tree. Don't waste your time doing that for the first day or so. Because that time you could be used out looking. Dogs can go. They went 4 miles in a little over 3 hours. And they didn't do a straight line down the road. They were stopping at every house, but people were sleeping. It was still early. If it would have been later in the day, I probably would have got a phone call or a message on Facebook within minutes. So get them chipped. Yes, still put a name tag on them. You never know. I mean, even if the dog catcher or somebody's able to get them in the garage and they can see a number on that. Very important. Don't shame people for losing their dogs. It happens to the best of us. Yes, I do see people in my area that lose a dog 2-3 times a month. I'll be honest with you, I won't go out of my way after a handful of times. You know, shame on them. You need to have better control. But it happens. I mean, you know, it happens where they get loose for one reason or another. So that's your tips for it. Love your animals. Did we forget anything? Hey, did we forget anything? Huh? The history behind Mickey here is on Facebook, a local group, a young girl was moving out of state on a Friday and was asking people if they would take her dog. She couldn't, moving out of state, couldn't take her dog. It was a 9-year-old red husky. People say, "Oh, I'll take it. I want to breed it." Da 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 da. And I figured, well, the thing's got to be fixed 9 years old. I immediately got a hold of the young girl and said, "Listen, you just don't want to randomly give them to anybody. I have a rescue farm in town. I live 3 miles up the road from you. Would you allow me to pick up your dog and I will rehome it? Because I'm a private investigator. It's my full-time occupation. And I do background checks on people." And so we took the dog. I brought the dog home, introduced it. We already had 7 other dogs. Introduced it to our mom. And within half an hour, Mama Joanne and I looked at each other and said, "Dog number 8." And that's how we got her. And not her, her mom. What ended up happening was about a week later, I never asked, but I figured, and I didn't do a self-examination, that Mama was fixed. Well, Mama wasn't. And long story short, she popped out 10 puppies, and unfortunately, all but 2 of them died. The 7th one, or the 8th one, actually passed away in Mama Joanne's hands at the vet. Mama had a really bad infection. They found a dead puppy inside of her. I mean, as they were being born, I was giving them mouth to mouth in the middle of the night because some of them weren't breathing. We ended up with 2. We ended up with my dusty girl over here, Minnie, and her brother, Mickey, who ended up, they're only 2 years old, like almost today, actually. Mickey is one of the biggest dogs we have. He's probably pretty close to 90 pounds. He's big, and he's darker in color than her. Doesn't really look too much like a husky except for the darker colors, but it's got more of the traits of Dad, who is the yellow lab. And that's it, folks. Help thy neighbor. Take these tips in vain. If you go to my Facebook page, meanwhile, back on the Hobby Farm, I have it all spelled out. How to go about finding your lost pets. The sooner you find them, the better. These dogs were come here, girl. These dogs, come here. Hey, come here. Don't knock over my camera, come here. Dogs can go miles. They can go 10 to 15 miles in one day easily. If I wouldn't have found them, I mean, God knows where they could have been. They could have been out by the highway. They're not used to traffic. We live on a gravel road. It's okay. I know it's hot in here. I know. I'm sweating like a cat in a Chinese restaurant in front of that fire too. But anyway, look right away. Do not waste and figure, oh, they'll come home. These dogs were not coming home. They were 4 miles away. They were bolting in the other direction. They would not have found their way home because I don't walk them 4 miles. They don't, they could have got hit. Look right away. Do not waste any time thinking they're gonna, and don't rely on other people to help you. I mean, it's good that people help each other out. That's great, but you should be the one out there. I recently helped somebody look for their dog, and I went to the house to talk to them about getting some more details, and they were sitting there watching TV. Shame on them. But you know what? I still went out to help to try to find that dog because it was for the dog. It wasn't for the humans. Some people shouldn't have dogs. We know that. I know it's hot. We're going to go upstairs now, okay? And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Hit the like button if you like it. If you didn't like it, still hit the like button. Make an old man feel good. Hey, thanks for stopping by. And hopefully if this saves one dog, mission accomplished. Thank you. Come on. Let's go. Come on.